Hi, y'all, it's me. Well, I'm not sure how many of you know it, but Maggie Holmes has a new collection that's been released called Garden Party. People are already starting to show it on YouTube. I have a pre order for it in with a cherry on top, but a cherry on top doesn't deliver your order until everything that you've ordered is in. And I believe there's a holdup on the actual paper pads for the collection. So that's why no one from Cherry on Top has gotten their order unless they wanted to receive what they had and wait for the other. So, anyhow, but you can see people showing it online. It's a beautiful collection. And I pretty much got a lot of what came in the collection, but I was very inspired by one thing that I ordered. I don't know what they look like in person. I can only go by the picture I see on my computer when I ordered, but I was very inspired to create them. So I wanted to show you how I did it and kind of a little tutorial. So here is what I'm speaking about, and it's these tassels. And they're super cute. I just did a quick photo off of my printer just to show you kind of what they look like. So anyway, they're super cute, and I tried to come close to what's here. But first, let me show you mine, and then we will move on from there. I'm going to try to not move these too much so they don't slide all over. But these are the ones I created, and I think they are just adorable. I think they're pretty darn close, except that I don't have the same charms, obviously, that they used. And I also don't know what kind of paper they used. I just kind of went with what I thought. I also thought these would be really cute with the pattern paper from the collection, using some of these pieces for the tassel part. But anyhow, as you can see, I have the swan. I don't know where that little doodad came from, some paper collection, a little bow and a little heart there, and they are just adorable. So let me show you what you need for this project and kind of how to pull it together. So let me set those off to the side and show you what it is that you're going to need. So to do this, you're going to need scissors. You're going to need your jewelry making tools. You're going to need a lobster claw, jump ring. These are called ribbon clasps, and I'll go over that in just a moment. You'll need some charms, a piece of chain, some really thin double-sided adhesive, maybe. You may choose not to do what I'm going to show you. And then, of course, your paper. So what I wanted to explain to you was about these clasps. These are called ribbon clasps, and basically what they're meant for is you put some ribbon in there and you crunch it down and it holds the ribbon in place. People use these for chokers. Those are old necklaces that people used to wear in the day that kind of wrap around your neck. They've used these for that and other kind of jewelry making things. And they come in various sizes. I believe they're in millimeters when you look online. I'll try to link some down below, but this is like 5 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 15 millimeter, and 20 that I have in my stash. I prefer the 15 millimeter, which is what I'm using. However, on the gold ones that I showed you, I think I'm using the 10, and it's kind of too narrow in my opinion. But let me show it to you one more time. That's the one right here, the gold ones. See kind of how it's a little smaller than this one. I do like this size better. So those are the items that you're going to need. And your paper is going to have to be cut into 2/8 inch strips, or you can do them any size you want. I chose 2/8 because you can fit a little more varieties of paper in each clasp. So you need to cut whatever those are that you plan on using for your project. Let me slide this off to the side, and now we can kind of show you how this comes together. So I'm going to put the black paper down because I just want you to be able to see a little better what is happening. So first of all, you're going to cut your strips, and then you can cut them down to 3 inches in length or whatever length you prefer. And you're going to end up with a bunch of these. So what I started doing initially was just layering these together, and then I was trying to clasp them in, and they were just moving around, and I just wasn't happy with the way it was going. So what I decided to do was put them in the order that I liked them. Let's just pretend that's the order I liked them. Making sure they're all even on top like that. And then I came in with my tape right here, and I dropped one of the little pieces. That's why it's easier not to do it to use the tape. It just makes it easier to hang on to all these little strips of paper. Anyhow, then what I did was I came in and I wrapped this tape around the very top edge of that so it would not move. It would be in the position that I wanted it to. Once I did that, I ended up with this right here. You can see there I have that little tape going around the top, and it's holding my papers the way that I want them to be held. The next thing you do is you're going to get your ribbon clasp right there. You're going to add a jump ring and your lobster claw. I went ahead and did that because on camera, I know my fingers will fumble and I won't be able to do it. So I'm going to try to jump ahead on the steps. But anyhow, once you got your paper, you simply slide it into your little clasp right here. I'm trying to hold this steady so you could see what I'm doing. I have this tool that's, I don't know what it's called, it's just flat. So I use that to pinch closed the ribbon clasp. So you just press it, and there you go. You have I like to press it on both sides just to make sure it's extra sturdy. And there's your first part of your tassel. Super easy. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your little chain, which I have done already, and I'm going to see if I can't do this on camera. But it's, like I said, I'm not good at jewelry making, and this is just too tiny of a stuff for me. Anyway, you put your little charm at the end of the chain. I use 4 links because I felt like 4 links was the proper length for what I was doing. And all you're going to do is you're going to come over to your little ribbon clasp and slide that in just like that. And then you're going to take your closing tools and close off. And I don't know if I can do this without looking closely, but you're simply going to close it off, and I hope it stays just for the camera. And there you have your charm on to your tassel, right? Like that. And it does, let me see, it's not cooperating. It has movement, it just not want to move. I think I caught okay, well, anyhow, so you kind of get that idea. I have to untangle this. It got tangled somehow, but that's how simple they are to put together, and I just love them. I imagine you could make them in so many varieties. I'll bring mine back again so you can have one more look at how they are. So I hope you enjoyed this little tiny messy tutorial, and until next time, do what makes you happy. Bye for now.